to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. This is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and as I mentioned in my video yesterday, we got some more information on the forums today. And starting off, and one of the coolest things we got is the road ahead for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. This post really kind of outlines what we will be seeing in the coming months. And now, it's still kind of vague in some areas. We get some information, but to start off, I would just like to say this image, these Ewoks is just so freaking cool. I do love the Ewoks. I know a lot of you don't, but I think they're just so much fun. And we finally have confirmation that we are going to be getting 3 new Ewoks: Wicket, Logray, and Paplu. Now, Wicket is a powerful Ewok attacker with critical hit and stealth synergies. I'm curious to know if Ewok and Tebow are going to be working together, or if that is going to be kind of a thing. It seems like it possibly could be. Now, Logray is a Sage Ewok support who can daze enemies and grant Ewok allies buffs. Now, that is going to be very important because daze is one of those abilities in the game right now that is super important, that is super effective, and is also one of the things that is going to maybe potentially render the Ewok team less effective. Speaking of specifically with Darth Maul's daze ability. And then finally, Paplu, he is a resourceful Ewok tank with assist and buff and synergies. Now, that's going to be interesting because he has assist synergies and buff synergies, which obviously are important. The Ewoks have a few buffs currently, but they don't have a really solid tank. Now, I'm interested to see how these characters play out. We don't have any official stats on them yet. More with that to come, but I am very excited. Now, we get a little bit more about where we're going to be getting these Ewoks, and they're going to come in a marquee event, or specifically, it says marquee events, plural. Now, it says play with new Ewoks and get free character shards. Now, this is going to be very similar to the other marquee events. We don't have a date as to when these will launch, or I would speculate probably within the next week, maybe even 2 weeks, that we will see our first Ewok character. Now, it's supposed to be in the month of July that Ewoks are taking over, so I wouldn't think they're going to be too far off, but who knows? How many events we will get is really anyone's guess. What's interesting is Ewok double drops. We do get a little more information. The last post was a little unclear as to what we're going to see. Now, it says Ewoks are popping up all around the cantina all month long. Check back daily to see if your favorite Ewok is causing double drop mischief. So it looks like this will be a randomized double drop. Now, this is capital C Cantina, and I'm thinking that it means the whole hollow table cantina, not specifically the cantina battles. That's the way that I'm taking this. Specifically, in the last post, we did get this image that did go through and say where the Ewoks are located. So I don't think it's specifically in the cantina battles. I think we're going to get the cantina as a whole, or anywhere the Ewoks are located. Now, in addition to that, we got some more information about the hero's journey of Luke Skywalker. Now, it says step into Luke Skywalker's shoes and experience his journey from farm boy to rebel hero. This is the first event of a new series where you'll retrace the steps of the iconic hero Luke Skywalker from his humble beginnings on Tatooine through the daring escape from the Galactic Empire's ultimate weapon. Completing this event will unlock the next iteration of Luke Skywalker, Commander Luke Skywalker. Now, this is the Luke Skywalker from Hoth. Now, will this be part of the territory battles? Will he be needed in the territory battles? It seems like he probably would, and it seems like he's going to have synergy with characters that we're going to be getting from those character battles, or from those territory battles. Now, one of the interesting things here is, you know, it says it starts on Tatooine. Obviously, we have Tatooine Luke currently, and it talks about his daring escape from the Galactic Empire's ultimate weapon. What we don't have is Red 5. We don't have Luke's ship, and we haven't really had need of it, but if we're going to have a Commander Luke Skywalker, we're going to need a Red 5. So does this mean that we're going to be getting a new X-Wing? I think that it does. I'm really excited to see how this will play out. Will we be getting just Commander Luke shards? Will the hero's journey look like the legendary journeys, or the legendary events that we've seen before? I think it's likely that it'll look something like that. I think the hero's journey is just the name of the legendary event that will introduce us to Luke Skywalker, or Commander Luke Skywalker. But I don't know. There's still not a ton of information out. I do think this is coming out in August. We're not entirely sure. This post talks about the next few months, so it could be later. I think that we'll get the Commander Luke in August, and I think possibly the territory battles later on. Now, with territory battles, it says Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes launched worldwide in November 2015, and since then we've added incredible content, and that's debatable by a number of you guys, and I understand that. But we did get guilds, we got mods, and we got ships. Now, I've enjoyed all of those things. Now, they haven't come without their problems, but they've still made a new way to play, and it's been, for those of us who've been in the game long enough, I appreciate it. I think it's cool. But we're taking the game to an unprecedented level with the new featured territory battles. So it says, strategize on the battlefield. You can already collect your favorite characters and ships. Now take them into epic scale combat for special bonuses and rewards. The goal of territory battles is for you and your guild to take over one of the most iconic battlefields in the Star Wars galaxy, the ice planet Hoth. Conquer your way across the battle map, deploy squads and fleets, complete different mission types, and capture strategic targets that can change the tide of battle. Now, we know that you'll be able to bring your entire strength, your entire force, all of your characters from your fleet and just your tunes. Every single unit you've collected and every upgrade matters to this. And so that means that it's not only a few combat, it says that means it's not only your few most combat-worthy squads that can make a difference. You can deploy your entire collection, including ships, to the front line, and then send them on missions which will test your units' endurance and power. Now, I'm curious to see our first gameplay. Now, I am not currently a EA game changer. I'm working towards that. Your subscriptions will help me get there. Hopefully. I actually have no idea how to get there. I've contacted the Game Changer program a couple times, have not heard back, but we'll see. I do know that viewership plays a role in that, but what that means is I won't have gameplay footage right off the bat, and that's a little disappointing. Hopefully by the time they introduce some of the gameplay footage, maybe I will be an EA Game Changer. That would be sweet, but I'm not holding my breath for anything just yet. But I am excited to see what that will look like, because I'm curious to know what these new missions are going to be. Is it going to be just the normal things that we've seen before? Will we have ships and tunes, or ships and your characters working together side by side? Who knows? I'm really curious to see how they play it out. And I'm also curious to see if they launch it with all the bugs worked out. That'll be interesting for them. Now, this is guild cooperation, not guild versus guild. So what it's probably going to be is like a raid, or similar to a raid, where you will coordinate. It says you will coordinate on a battlefield, a battle and map strategy across multiple mission types using the collective strength of your friends, squads, and fleet. Every participant member in the guild earns equal rewards. Now, there was a comment on a video that I watched from Warrior the other day that talked about, a lot of people are calling this like socialism. If you're part of a guild, you don't want to be part of a guild where not everyone's trying to pull their weight. Even those people who are just new or just starting out deserve a chance to help out, right? And that's going to be taken into account here. But for me, I love working with the other people. I love coordinating, and I love game planning and all of that. That's so much fun for me. And communicating with my guild how to get something done and working together as a team, for me, is pretty sweet. I think that's one of the rewards of the game itself. Now, I think in a game like this, having those types of events, or having those types of things where players can work together to receive a greater reward as a team. Now, granted, the rewards are going to be the same. I don't know, I think that's pretty sweet. Succeed or fail, together's new collaborative reward structure as you earn exclusive gear and characters like Hoth Han, Hoth Leia, and more. Now, I'm curious to know what the "and more." Like I said earlier, I think we're going to get Red 5. I think potentially we could even get, this is a place for us to get the Millennium Falcon shards. I think that would be a great way to throw that into the game. But this is just the beginning. This is just the base information that they've given us. Expect to see more information in the coming weeks. about especially the battle, the territory battles, and the Luke event, as well as we will see probably in the next couple of days what these characters will look. I'm excited, but again, I'm not holding my breath to see an Ewok meta change anytime soon. I think Thrawn's going to make his way up the next little bit. Might take a while for the Ewoks to crack their way into the arena. Maybe, maybe not, but we will see. So what do you think about this new information? Do you think that this is going to be an awesome change? Do you think the new characters, the new Ewoks, are going to be valuable? Do you think they're going to be the new meta? If you do, please explain yourself in the comments below. I want to hear your point of view. I would disagree, but no matter how much I love the Ewoks, I don't think they're going to be the new meta anytime soon, if ever. What about the territory battles? Are you excited for them? Are you a person who was in on the beta testing? I know you can't, if you were, and I don't want you to get in trouble, but tell us what your thoughts are. Tell us, should we be excited? Don't get me in trouble either, but let me know. I would love to hear from someone who did take part in the beta testing. But leave a comment one way or the other. Let us know what you think. Give us your opinion. We'd love to hear it. This has been Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and as always, my friends, stay nerdy.